All right. It's live on Facebook.
Is it live?
I don't see it. I'm going on
Oh, I see it now. I see it now. Yay, we're live.
Yay.
Awesome. All right. Hey, everyone. I am actually hijacking Micki's page. And we have, so my name is Barbie Kalev. I'm one of, or Micki is actually one of my friends. I'm Micki's friend. We've been friends we are friends for 11 years. And you know what? For those of you who know Micki and for those of you who know me, we have been in Beachbody as Beachbody coaches, Micki for 11 years and me for 13 years and 2 months, which is insane. And we've been friends this entire time. So we just had an idea of starting a series and sharing success stories. And I asked Micki, I'm like, will you be the first success story in this series? Because there has never been a better time to be a Beachbody coach. And I know, Micki, that you and we're going to be sharing this video with our teams, that people are watching you, and maybe people have been watching you for years and years and years, but they're like, I don't know about coaching. And things change, people change. 2020 has certainly changed our lives. And so we decided to do this just so that you can kind of just see different stories, different success stories. And maybe, you know, Mickey's story will resonate with you. Maybe somebody else's story will resonate with you. So let's get this party started, Micki.
Let's go. Let's go. I love this. I love this.
All right. So who is Micki 11 years ago? What was your situation with work, and how did you stumble upon Beachbody and finally decide to become a coach?
Okay. So for those that follow me, you know that I'm a talker, but we're committing to 10 minutes, right? We're going to keep this
more or less, yeah.
More or less. I want to keep, yeah.
Let's do it.
So 11 years ago, I was working at the bank. I was vice president, branch manager for one of the largest branches in the city. And I honestly thought that I was going to retire from banking because that's all I knew. Since the age of 18, I was in banking. And so that's all I knew. And so I stumbled across Beachbody through an infomercial on a Saturday. And I fell in love with P90X. I fell in love with the program. And I didn't jump into it right away because I was a gym rat, but my brother did it, and his transformation inspired me. And through that inspiration, I went ahead and I said, okay, let me do this thing, right? But I didn't do it, Barbie, with the intention of growing a business, because I honestly didn't know. I didn't know that there was behind the screen of P90X, that this was a whole world that was waiting for me. My future was waiting for me on the other side of P90X.
What does that mean? What does that mean for you?
So what does that mean for me is when I look at where I'm sitting right now in my home office, never would I have thought that doing this home fitness program was going to provide for me the freedom that I have today. And especially, you know, I was interviewed a couple of weeks ago, and I shared the fact that it hasn't been until now, 11 years later, that I realized why I'm a coach. 11 years, like, that's insane. But this business has definitely given me the freedom more than anything else to take care of my mom. Like, that's my main, like, my driving force, you know? And those of you that follow me, you know about Mama Dukes, right? And so that she's currently with dementia. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but the point of the matter is that I am her full-time caretaker. And so I can't even fathom or even think what would have happened if I was still at the bank today.
Well, would you actually go there with, sorry, my dog is barking, but would you actually go there? And so if you had been working at the bank still, what would have been the reality? And I know it's painful to think about it, because I think a lot of people face that, you know, and they don't want to think about worst case scenario, but they don't do something about their future, and then they're living it. So what would have had to have happened?
Wow, that's actually really a very deep question, and something that I haven't shared before.
You're welcome.
But the truth of the matter is, guys, that if I would have had to go to the bank, I would have had to leave my mom by herself. I don't have anyone to take care of her. Maybe some of you may be asking, well, what about a home attendant? Well, that's a whole conversation within itself, and the fact that she doesn't qualify for a home attendant. And so I would have been not in a good place. Like, yeah.
Isn't that, I mean, thank you. And it's like, I feel how the pain, and, but that's not what it is now. And I think
That's
so
what it
many people,
is.
right. Like you've been able to completely, it makes the victory that much sweeter, right? So I remember a few months ago, can you talk about the patio and
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Okay, so a couple of months ago, Barbie and I, we've been working together, and it was just one of those days. It was a tough day that day, I remember, and I was, nobody has a perfect day. And I woke up that day and everything was just not going the way I wanted it to go. And I was frustrated and I was angry, and I was one of, and then I had to get on this, on this call, this training call. And at that moment, I was getting work done in the backyard. And it took me forever, right, to get this work done in the backyard. Just because sometimes we don't want to go through the painful process of doing things, right? I don't know if anybody can relate to that. But this whole pandemic thing, we were in the middle of a pandemic. I can't take my mom out anywhere. And I'm like, I need to fix this backyard. And thank God, and thanks to this business, I was able to build this beautiful deck in my backyard so that my mama can go get fresh air. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm living, at that point, in the epicenter where this whole coronavirus hit. And I couldn't go out. She couldn't go out. And feeling like you're a prisoner in your own home. And so that day, while I was, doing this training and listening to all this background noise in the backyard, it just reminded me why I do what I do, And the things that I do is to provide for my mom, to make, her senior years the best years of her life, because the truth of the matter is that, she's 88. She's 88. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, no, and that's beautiful. Like I remember that day so clearly, and like your joy of like, you were able to provide the space. And if you didn't have the income to be able to do that, you'd be stuck in the house like so many people are. And she's high risk being 88 and having, health issues. You literally were a prisoner. So you created this like special space,
So this platform, this business of becoming a better version of myself, B, helping other people also become better versions of themselves, and also help people, not just like people. I know a lot of people who follow me, maybe follow you, see as like, oh, health and fitness, but it's beyond the health and the fitness. So beyond, it's about, yes, getting physically healthy, financially fit, and physically fit, but also financially fit
and mentally, right? Like
mentally fit. Like I'm a former banker of 27 years, guys, and I struggled financially with, and I had a 6-figure salary and I had all the bells and whistles, but I was struggling financially. I really was. And this business taught me by helping other people reach their goals, and I just became more disciplined in my spending with my habits, and my needs and my wants. And I don't know about you guys that are watching this live or watching the playback, but I had a lot of wants. I had a lot of like things that I didn't really need, and so that's what this business taught me. This business taught me to be disciplined. It helped me to be disciplined with my finances. Yes, I came to this because of the fitness, but it was beyond that. Definitely mentally as well. I have been able to overcome so many things in my life because of the personal development that comes with this business.
You can you can only reach these levels of success if you do the kind of personal development work that we've done. I mean, right? That's one of the biggest things that I see. And one of the reasons that people don't succeed is they think that that's like an extra, and it's not, right?
It's not. It is not. It is such a huge part of what we do.
Absolutely.
And this muscle right here, like this is all mindset. This is the muscle that a lot of people struggle with transforming. And I never did any personal development, Barbie, prior to Beachbody.
Wow.
I did not. I did not.
And I think most people, yeah, I did. I always have, since I was like 18, I discovered it. Okay, so I don't know how long it's been, but let's say I think it's been more than 10 minutes. So let's answer the question, why now? Why now more than last year? Because I know the time's always now, but why now more than last year? Why is it the time to become a coach? Maybe you've been watching Mickey or another coach and you're like, oh, I don't know, or it's too late. And why now?
Yeah, well, first, excuse me one second. I always say, why not now? Definitely the moment it's now. We have to take a look at the world that we're living in today, and so many things that we have no control over. We've lost control over a lot of things, but there's still things that are within our control. And it is within our control to live the best life that we can, health-wise, and taking back control of finances. I mean, this is the area where so many people are struggling right now, is with their finances. And our business has really it's flourishing right now. Our business is flourishing.
It is, yeah.
It really is. So the time is now, and we are growing. Our business is growing, and more than ever before, people are hungry to be healthy, more than ever before. And so that's why the time is now to jump on this. I don't know about you guys, but I know that when December 31st comes here, I want to look back and tell 2020, I got stronger because of you.
Absolutely.
You made me stronger.
You know what's really helped me is just asking myself the question, what do I want to be able to say about 2020? And it's not like, oh, this year kicked my ass, or, oh, and it was tough, but right. What were we able to conquer?
Yeah, exactly. And that's, this has been such a season of growth this year. Like I hear a lot of people, I can't wait for 2020 to
we don't know what's coming. Right.
I'm like, you know what? 2020 made me reflect a lot of my life. Like, where are you now? This was a huge time of reflection. And I'm like, wow, there's so much more that I want to do. So it was really a wake-up call.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's why, it was a wake-up call. And in my 11 years of my Beachbody business, this has been the best year. And I know it's propelling all of us to have even a better 2021. And so I always say, how you end the year is how you start. It dictates how you start the new year. So let's end this year on a stronger note, physically, mentally, financially, and this all happens when you want more and you want to help others along the way, because there's a lot of people out there that may not know me, may not know Barbie or anyone else on our team, but they know you, and they're waiting for you to make the change so that you can then help others be their best version in every area of their life. So this is what I love about our business. It's a physical, mentally, spiritually, and financially. So it covers everything.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. She's looking out the window. The little puppy's looking out the window.
The little puppy.
The little puppy. Scary, right? So thank you so much, Mickey, and thank you for listening. Make sure to get back to the person who invited you if you're interested. I love you, Mickey.
I love you
more.
Bye,
everyone.
Have a great Saturday.